Hello, class. Welcome back to Viva Barca and welcome to the home of everything Barcelona, where we are going to be discussing on some interesting updates. We start with this report claiming that Barcelona president Joan Laporta made a sentimental promise to Lionel Messi after farewell ceremony last year. It has been revealed. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Then secondly, talking about Barca young star Pablo Torre, it has been reported that the midfielder could get some vital game time following injury crisis in midfield. We're also going to be discussing about that. So guys, before we get right into it in much detail, please do ensure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Over the past few days, there has been a lot of speculation surrounding Lionel Messi and a potential return to Barcelona in the summer of next year. Journalist Veronica Brunati, who happens to be very close to the 35-year-old superstar and is calm, explained that he would be back at Barca in the summer of 2023 on Tuesday. Following the emergence of those claims, multiple journalists and outlets, including Fabrizio Romano, reported that there was no major development regarding Messi's future and that he was yet to make any decision on where he will play his football next year. Amidst the to and fro, Joan Fontes has provided a detailed explanation of the scenario that exists between Barcelona, Messi, and club president Joan Laporta at the moment. As per the journalist, Laporta made an emotional promise to Messi that he will resign him at Barcelona once his contract at PSG would expire at the time of the Argentina captain's farewell last year. It is claimed that Messi and his camp were left hurt and disappointed in the manner of his exit in 2021 and blamed the Barcelona board for it. The club captain, who is still owed a large amount of money in deferred wages, was fully committed to continuing at Spotify Camp Nou, but it was not to be. Even though he and his family were settling in well in Paris, they still consider Barca to be their home. Meanwhile, Laporta does not want to be remembered by fans as the president who let Messi leave Barcelona, having blamed the club's financial situation as well as the influence of Ferran Riveta for his departure. The president now wants to do everything possible to resign the 7-time Ballon d'Or winner. The update further claims that President Laporta contacted Messi in early September this year to apologize and mend their relationship, saying something along the lines of, "Leo, you should not have left like that. We made a mistake and I want to make it right." Manager Xavi Hernandez, meanwhile, is said to be in regular contact with his former teammate, which could end up playing a key role in influencing his decision next summer. Messi's camp, though, wants Barcelona to acknowledge that the circumstances of his departure should have been handled in a much better way. However, any decision on his future could be impacted by several other factors, like Gerard Piqué's possible departure from Barcelona, the future of Sergio Busquets, as well as Luis Suarez's impending transfer to the MLS club LA Galaxy. So as things stand, Barcelona cannot officially negotiate with Messi, given that he is still contracted with PSG, who are ready to offer him another big money deal to ensure he stays at the Parc des Princes. But Laporta is very clear on the matter. He wants Messi back at Barcelona and will do everything in his power to make that happen. Wow, this is really getting serious. Laporta is doing all he can to make sure it happens from the look of things, because I can't count the number of reports emerging every day talking about a possible return for Messi to FC Barcelona, as now this report claims how Laporta even made a sentimental promise while Messi was leaving last season, saying that he will sign him back, that the club's hands were tight, there was no way for him to stay because of the finances and of course the financial fair play of La Liga, and the president of Barca made a sentimental promise to him after the farewell ceremony. That's the revelation that this report is bringing. So, which means Laporta already had it in his plans ever since that he wants to bring Messi. It's not even something recently that he had to make change his mind. It was something that he had already pre-planned ever since Messi left, the very day he did that farewell speech. So let's see. I really wish this happens to see Messi again in the Barca shirt, because from the look of things, Barca will do all that they can to ensure that, because multiple journalists, reporters have been claiming that Messi will come back. But of course, transfer expert Fabrizio Romano is trying to lower the high speculations, saying that Messi's future will be decided only after the World Cup, so nothing can be concluded as of yet as we speak. So let's see what Messi decides. But of course, many people expect that Messi would decide to choose with Barca, because Messi's heart is still at Barca despite adjusting to life in Paris Saint-Germain this season. Messi is still a strong Barca fan. He's a Barca by blood, and it was never his intention in the first place to leave Barca, as he wanted to end his career there. It was just unfortunate that La Liga financial fair play could not allow him to stay further. But now that the opportunity is likely to present itself again next year, I definitely think that Messi will accept Barcelona over staying at PSG. Then moving on to the next story of discussion, Barcelona signed 8 players in the summer transfer window, but the first of them has been largely forgotten. No, it was not Franquese. It was, in fact, Pablo Torre, acquired from Racing Santander for around €5 million. Real Madrid were also in contention to sign the player, but Barca beat them for his signature. As such, it was believed that the 19-year-old would break out quickly under Xavi and likely receive similar treatment to Pedri, who received a first-team kit number in his first season as a 17-year-old. However, that has not been the case for Torre. He has asked to participate with Barcelona Latest, but refused to do that initially. In fact, he was close to rejoining Racing Santander on loan, but the move did not transpire. The teenager has received a mere 10 minutes of game time for Barca first team so far this season. In search of more game time on the pitch, though, he eventually folded and made his debut for the reserve team against Murcia. With Frankie de Jong injured, Torre was expected to receive minutes against Mallorca and Inter Milan, but eventually warmed the bench for 3 hours across the 2 games. His fortunes might change soon, though, as Barca are undergoing sort of an injury crisis. The midfield looked largely solid, with Franquese still fit, but the Ivorian has picked up an injury strain and will miss the next game or 2 of football. There are still doubts over Frankie de Jong's fitness, and in light of the same, Torre could get a nod against Celta Vigo on the weekend. At the very least, he may not start the game, but could be called upon at some point, add some offensive dexterity to the midfield. Furthermore, Sergio Busquets has been playing regularly for club and country, which means even if de Jong is given the medical clearance, he could be used as the pivot to preserve the captain. Gavi suffered an injury scare of his own against Mallorca, and Xavi could be forced to bench him on the weekend, paving the way for Torre's participation. As an attacking midfielder, the Spaniard is hailed for his eye for goal and his vision. Barcelona looked in desperate need both of those qualities on the pitch against Inter and Mallorca. The midfielder might not have Pedri or Gavi's work rate yet, but Xavi must make the bold call and put his trust in Torre, even if the prospect of it sounds risky. As of now, though, it seems borderline improbable that the former Racing Santander man does not get to grace the pitch this weekend, and should be put in an impressive shift. It opens up the door for a cameo against Inter and potentially even Real Madrid. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.